Hi, I'm making this video just to show you some ways to modify Exiled Kingdoms. Exiled Kingdoms, I think, is a really fun role-playing game. I have played it mostly on my mobile phone, but I also play it some on my Windows computer. I only actually just recently got it on my computer, and I'm impressed by how much I enjoy it on the computer. Trying to find the right balance on the volume here between me speaking. When the music's as loud as my voice, to my own perception, I get very thrown off. Okay, so modding this game. Now, the first thing that you could do is a save game editor. Save game editing is a staple, of course, of just having computer games. People have been doing it for 1,000 years, it seems like. So you would want to find where those files are. So on an Android phone, you can also find them, but they're going to be somewhere else. On a Windows computer, it's pretty easy. They're under your documents somewhere. Are they under documents? I actually forget off the top of my head. So let's just find them together. So there's going to be a Steam library somewhere that's something like a documents area. I forget where I put mine. So this is where the apps are. Well, let's just take a look. So I'm in my directory of Steam apps. Okay, so yeah, here we got the app up here in data. There's the saves, and so this number correlates. Hell, I don't know what it correlates to, but you open it up. I have like an autosave. I have an area autosave. I have 10 different points where I can save. This file here that is a bigger kilobyte is the interesting one. I wouldn't mess with this save information. I don't know. It's some sort of metadata, but it's fairly simple. You can go to save. I can't see because of that stupid saveeditonline.com website I had never heard of until just a couple days ago, until I read something on a Steam thread regarding this game that I've been playing. So let's see here. Go back to wherever I was. Wait, I don't need to do it like that. I can just open the folder. Stupid thing, move. Here. So we take the big one, the one with the more kilobytes. And it actually reads it. It doesn't seem to have any trouble with it. I'm not sure what sort of, file packaging thing is. I actually opened up the save with a hex editor, and I was surprised I didn't see any sort of header information declaring its format. But it roughly has this sort of like JSON separated by XML blocks, or I don't know. This is a strange interpretation of a code that's 05B. Wouldn't worry about it. The main thing in this save edit that you can look for is something like cache valid, and this cache valid search will take you around looking for different major game objects. This one happens to be my character, I think. Yeah, there's my inventory. Scrolling up, see some of my spells, active skill. Yeah, here's my name. You can look for your name too, but the name actually shows up a lot because you'll have a record of your log in the log. So the log has like what they call log pollution. It's not really pollution, but your name shows up and you can't really search for it in a helpful manner. But by finding your character here, you can change your money, you can change your experience, and if you change your experience, that will shoot your character way up. The power, give you all sorts of attribute points and skill points and stuff like that. So this is a save game editor. Bada bing, bada boom. So you can edit it in the ways that you might think a save game editor would. Now back when like the 2000s, when websites like this weren't as flexible, you would actually usually have a GUI. Anyway, so after you make your edits, you find your stuff. If you really want to know like the object ID of things, you can assign it to yourself. So like you have somewhere in here is an inventory, and this inventory cross-references object IDs somewhere around your character. After you change that, you just download games. This thing, hit this button, it pulls down. It actually does a really good job. I would just copy it or cut. Go back to wherever I was. and paste over it. You might want to back this up, give it a name, or move it somewhere else and then paste in. But I've already done whatever edits I need, so I'm not going to do that now. So that's a save game editor. I thought that was pretty accessible. So this one is a little trickier. The next kind of editor is actually messing around with the data files inside the executable. So for this, you actually need Win7-zip. It didn't work for me using WinRAR. So you need 7-zip. Yeah, that one. So I'm on a Windows machine, but I can do LS because I have basically proxied LS to emulate DIR. So I'm always on a Linux machine or a Unix machine. So it's my habit to type LS. I changed, so I made LS on Windows. It forwards DIR. So don't worry about that. Okay, so what we would do is rename exiledkingdoms.exe, exiledkingdoms.zip. Then over here in your directory thing, you want to open it. WinRAR hasn't been able to work with these executables, but you open it with 7-zip. I wouldn't extract it. I would just open it. And now you can work with it through 7-zip's GUI interface. And it's pretty much sufficient right now to look in like data. In data, you could have TMX files. You can read these with tiled, a uniform or a universal game editor. So you can read these. I suppose you could edit them. I haven't tried any of that yet. I simply found it pretty fascinating to look at it. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm not a tiled power user. Discard it all. But you can obviously look at, Kingsbridge and see where all the orcs are, that sort of thing. Tiled is super dope. But let's go back a directory. How do you do that? Where's the dot, bro? Okay. Here under world, no rules. There's things like weapons.txt. And let's see here. I have a magma short sword, something magma. Magma great staff is always good. It's true. Do I have the magma great staff on me? So you need to realize that this is tab separated. That's the name field. This is the ID field. And you need to count rows in order to figure out what number you want. But we happen to know the magma great staff has a speed of 9. All the staffs seem to. I'm going to change that to 15 for machine gun fire. I want to do the same for the magma short sword. So we'll go down. What? I don't understand what I'm looking at there. I'll keep looking. Well, that must be it. I do not know why it says ice short sword here. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm just kind of looking now. What am I doing? I wanted to find the magma claw. Death claw. Fire claw. Fire imp. No. Yeah, wrap around. Come on. So I guess those are weapons that monsters have. Red Dragon Claw. So you could boost the monsters quite a bit. That's interesting because, by cheating you can give yourself a level 100 character pretty easily. But what if you go ahead and boost the monsters so that they're popping out like 100 hit points of damage a go? And you can up this. I don't know what the limits are. Obviously the biggest number I've seen in game is 15 with the Jester Bow. I don't know if that's a real limit or it's just one that they put, baked into the data. So anyway, I'm looking for the Magma Claw. Feeling like I'm not going to find it. All right, forget it. Maybe it's called Talon. Forget it. Okay, how about an Iron Dagger? We'll make that speed 15. I'll have it a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 50. Crit chance of 17. I don't know what the 300 means because you got to count like I was saying. So it goes column 1 is weapon ID, column 2 is name, column 3 is min damage, column 4, column 5, column 6. So down here you have to count it by the tabs. So it's like column 1. Here's column 2. And then you see a tab space. So this is a CSV format, no matter what name title it gives itself. Anyway, so what did we just mess with? We messed with the Iron Dagger. That is one apocalyptic Iron Dagger. All right, so we'll save. Go ahead and close. So in 7-zip, it seems to do this successfully, while in WinRAR, it failed. All right, command prompt, rename. Let's reverse it. There we go. So back here, it changed its name. It already found its icon. Go ahead and launch it. Steam's probably going to say something. Be like, oh wait, it already asked me for approval. Let's check. Yes, okay. So I have to give approval because it realizes that it's an updated package. So I updated the Iron Dagger, I think. I'm pretty sure I can get that. Well, here's one, for example. Here's the Steel Dagger. I already changed that to speed 15. Let me check my inventory. I might have a Magma Grade Staff on me. Or let me just go over here. You see here I have a Amulet of Dark Whispers, and I also have the Amulet of Whispers. That's only possible because I used a save editor, and I found out the byte code for that. You can find out the byte code pretty easily. I mean, sorry, the object ID. When you're in that save editor, it was easy to get to the, already closed it, but you can find out all the object IDs by cross-referencing the data in there if you have such needs. What am I looking at? Close that one. I've gotten into a state now where I can load it twice. That's probably because I actually click on the file inside its own directory. All right, where? Something helpful, guys. Come on. Here's a Magma Great Staff. You see speed 15 on the Great Staff? That is my edit sticking. You know, astronomical, impossible DPS because I boosted the speed of this weapon. Okay, and let's contrast that to a normal staff. Do I have a staff? Get some more staffs. So obviously the more robust mods might even consider, I don't know, something more invasive than what I've done so far. I would ideally love for this to be a patch that sits, you know, a person could edit these data by having a file that sits alongside the executable rather than edit the executable itself. That would be nice. But, you know, for putzing around yourself, this is a pretty neat way to do it. And I think, you know, it's fun. So fast, slow. All right, so let's push some limits. We'll go ahead and save and exit. Exit. Can we go faster than 15? What's the limit? Do we really need to know the limit? I don't think so. I don't need to know the limit, but I do want to say, let's just try 20 and see if it's comical, if it's funny. Doop-a-doop-boop, pop-a-doop-a-doop-boop. All right, Magma Great Staff. So this might just straight up error, be like, you can't do that on television. All right, sorry, am I tripping? Okay, so the min damage is 3. Go ahead and make that, well, let's just leave it. What am I reading here? I feel like this is pretty confusing. Okay, I think that's the min damage is 8. Max damage 20. Crit chance 16. Crit, I don't know what this means, 200. And then here I put the speed at 15. So I'll put this at 20. So that's the speed at 20. See how it goes. And then just because I love being Captain Nuke, let's make that a big number. And then since I love standard deviation, let's go ahead and make that a small number. Save. Oh, and if you wanted to know your object ID for pilfering objects in your save edits, you do that under like items. Here's the item ID. So in your save edit, you can find where your inventory is, and then you can use this ID to put in, for example, one-of-a-kind items that you can't get without earning them or sacrificing some human lives, like the Amulet of Dark Whispers. If you don't want to do that, an alternative is to edit your save game. You know, you got to realize that this is not the same as like playing the game as it was designed. This is just a fun thing to do for a game that I think a lot of us love, have played a lot probably, if you're anything like me. So this is this how the 2 gets started? I'm not sure why. It seems like it's launching 2. Right. So it's close 1. I think because I launch it from that directory, it's, you know, showing this unusual behavior. All right. First off, the game didn't crash using the Magma Greatstaff. And it actually says speed of 20. DPS 158. All right. Will the game crash now? Okay, I think that is faster than the 15. I'm not sure. Alright, this one has a speed of 10. Sorry, I'm looking for something I can contrast it with better. But, so anyway, that's editing the objects table. Let's go nuke something. Where should I go? We're gonna go over here. I love having these little iron golems because I'm just so lazy sometimes. When I play with a mage, I play so lazy. I just have the golem take care of all my stuff. I actually think it would be pretty fun to play this game with all of my companions. And maybe that would increase the... Maybe that would increase their, or increase the experience penalty, something like that. I don't know. When I talk about having all the companions, I'm not talking about a balanced game. I'm talking about playing Exiled Kingdoms in a more gonzo, murder hobo way. With an, you know, you have a small army. Like I have a small army here. I have 2. So could you imagine if I had 2 more of those characters following me? I think that'd be kind of fun. Oops. This guy had a bad day. You guys kill him. When you're level 100, man, the lightning bolt packs one hell of a punch. I just want to kill that dragon that's way down here. Let's see if I can get there with no mistakes, even though I don't have the map explored yet. It's just a tribute to how many times I have played this game. So in here is where you would go to meet the king and queen of the Minotaur, or the priest. Kind of an Aaron and Moses couple, I guess. I did take a wrong turn right there. Oops. I thought I would still have combustion. It takes a long time for that to recharge. Alright, here's a dragon. Behold, dragon. Oops, wrong button. Can you even hurt me? I guess you can. Such a rare and majestic thing. I don't know if I want to kill it right away. Alright, I killed it. I didn't want her to kill it. Ooh. Got myself a primal icicle. Or is that a prime? That's probably not a prime icicle. I would love to get that. To have earned it rather than stolen it. It is a prime icicle. Nice. Alright, well that's enough for this episode. Just showing you a bit how to take apart this and put it back together. I'll talk to you later. Oops, that is the wrong button.